Hey guys, Gig here and welcome to episode 31 of the Weekly Roundup. Hope you're all doing well, but let's dive in with the first piece of news, and that's to do with the PlayStation 4. Now, GameStop have been saying that the interest in the PS4 in the past couple of weeks since Sony announced it has been very, very high to their surprise. Let me look at the statistics. Around 600,000 people have actually gone on their list, which allows GameStop to send them all the latest information about the PS4 as it gets updated and things get announced. There's basically 600,000 people have registered interest in it, enough to go, hey, I want to find out more about the PlayStation 4 as it's happening, which is really, really good. That's a lot of people already, and it's, we're still in the early days. So this is good news for Sony, and bad news really for Microsoft, who still haven't made any form of announcement. And Microsoft did say, by the way, that any websites claiming to allow you to test out the new Xbox are completely fake. Now, it doesn't really take a genius to figure it out, seeing as Microsoft haven't even announced that, yeah, they're going to set up some websites that allow you to test it. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, they are all scams, they're all fake, don't do any of them. But come on, Microsoft, we need an event coming up. Because you're just taking too long at the minute. You're letting Sony have all the show light, and you're not doing anything. The next piece of news is actually to do with Mojang and Minecraft. Now, the news has been going around the web for a little bit about this, and that is Mojang are announcing Microsoft Realm, and basically that's a new service that they want to bring to make Minecraft multiplayer more friendly to families and younger audiences. Basically, it's a server, but it's Mojang's server. Rather than having third-party servers which are then, monitored and, authorized by the people that own the servers, the other third parties, this is actually regulated and all set up, and all the plugins that will run on the server will be approved by Mojang. It will all be working correctly, and they'll be working to make sure that the servers are friendly, family friendly, and all this. So the service is apparently going to be between $15 and $20 a month, which I think is quite steep. Depends how big the server is, really. You'll be able to invite your friends and things like that and play with them. That's the whole point of a server. Depends what the specs of the server, but I know, because I run a server, that I can get a server cheaper than that. Just all depends on how many people can host. Hopefully, for that price, it should be a pretty good server, but we'll have to wait and see. Mojang, you need to be competitive with your prices to keep up with the ever-growing list of private servers that you can get hold of. But with that, let's move on with the next piece of news, which is actually to do with SimCity. Now, I did talk about this in the previous episode, saying that, the servers have been doing very well lately. The game launch was a bit of a mess, and telling you guys basically to stay clear of the game for at least a couple of weeks. Now, as a user myself, anyone looking at my channel will see that I did put a video up about the game. I did buy the game in the end. I got a bit impatient, to be honest, and I was like, well, I want to try the game out. So I did download it, I did try it. The servers aren't brilliant. The amount of times that I've had to roll back to previous saves because the servers have failed on me and not saved, even though, I quit and made sure it saved properly, it didn't crash the game, I didn't close it by force from Windows, I did everything by the book. It's still, when you go back on, going, oh, we need to roll back to this, and, you lose, like, what you've done in the game, and it's really annoying. So, but one of the guys at Maxis is saying, well, one of the girls at Maxis is saying that it's really not right. And she said, I felt like I've let the team down. We know that this is our fault, so we're giving SimCity players who were affected a free EA PC game download via Origin. We'll have more details for that on March 18th. So they are saying that, throughout the article, which I'll put a link description to, they were basically saying that they basically didn't realize the amount of influx of players that would be coming to the server, and their servers weren't prepared, and they, as a company, weren't prepared for the amount of players that are going to play the game. But, you should have done your research. You should have done your market research. This is basic stuff. You see how big the audience is going to be, by doing some sort of form of market research, by how the beta went and things like that. That's what the point of beta testing was. And in the beta testing, it was clear that the servers weren't handling it very well. You should have made sure, even if it meant delaying the game slightly, you should have made sure that everything was right for launch. There was really no excuse. You can make as many excuses as you want, Maxis, but the point is, you did let a lot of players down, and no amount of free games is really going to make up for that. But they are sending patches through, they are improving it. If you don't want the possibility of possibly losing, its game data, and you don't want to get frustrated at all, I'd still say give it a little bit of time, maybe a couple of weeks. But if you are impatient, you can still play the game. There are still some good servers. They aren't as packed as they were, so you can still get on pretty easily. I haven't had to wait. But they're buggy, and it's not the full game experience is all I'm going to say. And the final piece of news for this week is to do with EA, and rumors been going around the internet to do with Battlefield 4. People thought they were going to announce it at the Sony press conference, and it's been rumored for a little while. EA finally going, okay, we're gonna talk about it, and they're gonna talk about Battlefield 4 at a EA style conference in San Francisco on March the 26th. So any Battlefield fans will be very keen to see this conference, and I'm keen to see what they're going to do with the franchise. Because they've dropped Medal of Honor, will they possibly try and bridge the gap between Battlefield and Medal of Honor, try and cover both audiences? I hope not. I hope it's still a good Battlefield game, because in Battlefield 3, we did see it move more towards having, the smaller maps as well as the bigger maps, trying to cater for both. I hope they don't go overboard with that on this game, and really stick to what Battlefield does best, and that is the large, open, big maps, and on PC, that's definitely a highlight. So that's all the news I have for you this week. Link description to everything I have talked about. If you have any feedback, questions, comments, leave it in the comment section down below. Like the video if you did enjoy it. Share it with anyone you think may be interested. I'm hoping we can get up to 500 soon. If you want to suggest anything for me to do when I get to 500, comment section down below is what that's for. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. But as always, drink tea and game on.